This is your complete guide to custom audiences on Meta, and if you follow the advice in this video, you'll only have to do this once, and it will not only massively improve your results, but it will also save you a huge amount of time in the long run. A custom audience is a defined group of people who've already interacted with your business. So commonly in Facebook marketing, we think of website visitors or anyone who's already interacted with your business on your Facebook and Instagram social channels, but there's so many more amazing options that we use to drive huge returns for our clients. So I'm going to explain the various different custom audience types that you simply must create, and I'll show you exactly how you do it. And if you stick around until the end, I'll take you through exactly how you can use these audiences, not to just get specific ads in front of a warm audience, but also to find new customers that are highly likely to buy from you. So first of all, here's a list of the custom audiences that I would recommend every business that's advertising on Meta create as standard. So first of all is the all website visitors. So this is just people who've already been to your website and already engaged with you in some manner. The first audience you want to create is for 180 days. That's the maximum. That's about 6 months, and that's the maximum that the pixel and the recording data will allow you to do. But we'd also suggest that you create all website visitors for 90 days, for 30 days, and for 7 days, because that gives you a lot of flexibility into how warm you want these people to be, because you might have an offer that's just really super timely and relevant. So you might just want to target people who visited your website in the last 30 days or the last 7 days. And you might be thinking, do you know what, people who visited my website from 180 days ago when I ran a certain promotional campaign aren't that relevant. So create those 4 as standard. All website visitors for 180 days, 90 days, 30 days, and 7 days. Then we're going to do the same thing for other key events on the website. So if you're doing sales, that's add to cart and initiate checkout. So you want to be creating audience for everybody who has added to cart in the last 180, 90, 30, and 7 days, and another custom audience for everybody who's initiated your checkout in the last 180 days, the last 90 days, the last 30 days, and the last 7 days, because that gives you a lot of flexibility with exactly who you want to get your ads in front of at the right time. Then I want you to consider your specific type of business and consider if you need custom audiences for certain product ranges. Now, for example, our client Chimes Home and Garden, they sell garden furniture, but then they also sell barbecues and outdoor kitchens. So for them, we have custom audiences for people who have visited web pages for particular product ranges. So you might need a specific custom audience for particular product or service ranges, because you might want to create highly specific ads that highlight specific products to people who've already expressed an interest in those products or services by visiting those pages. For example, yesterday I was talking to a fire and security company, and now if we go on to work with them, I'll be creating specific custom audiences for people who visit their security pages, and then custom audiences for people who visit their fire pages, because we might want to be able to retarget people differently depending on which service that they've expressed an interest in. Now, I'll very quickly show you how to set those up before we move on to some more advanced custom audiences that you might need. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is come into your ads manager, and we're going to come over here to this little icon, all tools, and select audiences. This is just a little dummy account that we use to do demonstrations like this, and we're going to select create a custom audience. The button might be in a slightly different place, because if you're already creating audiences, the screen will look slightly different, but you select create a custom audience. And for your all website visitors, you're going to come up here to website, and you're going to select next. You need to allocate the correct pixel to it. There's a bit of a warning on there, because like I said, this is a dummy account, and you're going to put in here the amount of days that you want. So let's say that this is for a 30-day period, and you can include more people or you can exclude people to create a specific concoction of audience that might be super relevant to you. The audience name, I would name it something really relevant that you're going to be able to very quickly determine what this is. So that would be all web visitors 30 days. And then you click create. There is a description that you can put in there, but try and get it in, because this is how it's going to display. You're just going to see the name. You're not always going to see the description in there unless you go in. So you want to be able to very quickly determine what these custom audiences are, because when you're actually in your ads manager, you're only going to get a list of the main names. So after you've done that, of course, you're going to want to come in, create another custom audience, and you're going to want to do 100 180 days, all web visitors 180, and again for 90 and for 7 days. And that's it. That's really, really super simple. Okay, finally, if you want to set up a custom event for people who visited specific pages, this is how you do it. Create an audience, go custom audience, website, all very straightforward. This little drop down here, rather than all website visitors, you're going to want to do, you can do visitors by time spent, so then you're just retargeting your engaged audience. That is really powerful, particularly if you have a good average engagement time. You could just say people over 1 minute. If you come up here, people who visited specific web pages, you can put your web URL in there. You can put a specific web address, or you can just put that it contains. That's good for product ranges. So for example, our client Chimes, we could just have pergolas or rattan garden furniture, and anything that contains rattan or pergolas, we can retarget based on that. And then you just name it as per normal and create the audience. It's really, really simple, but it's best to do these in one sitting, so that when you are building your ads, they're just all there. You select where you want to target and you're good to go. So next, you want to consider your social channels and create custom audiences for everyone who is engaged with you on Facebook or Instagram within 365 days to capture as many people as possible, but then also people who have engaged more recently, such as in the last 90 days and 30 days and 7 days, because these shorter timeframes will mean that you can make your ads more targeted towards people who have engaged with your business recently. I mean, think about it. Would you remember a business who you engaged with on social media 300 days ago? You know, probably not, but you're more likely to remember a business that you engaged with a month ago or 7 days ago. So you need to consider those dynamics within your audience targeting. So here's how you set those up. Let's dive in. Okay, so this is what you do. You come in, it's exactly the same. You click create audience, custom audience, but this time you're going to go into Facebook page and select next. Now, naturally, we manage quite a lot of different Facebook pages, so you have to select the one that is appropriate to the custom audience you're selecting. Then you've got these options, and you're going to have to pick the appropriate one. So you've got everyone who engaged with your page, account center accounts who engaged with any post or ad, account center who clicked on any call to action button. So you've got a lot of options here, but as a minimum, I would suggest that you select the option for everyone who engaged with your page. Now, you can do it as the audience retention. So like I said, you do want one at least that's going to be the maximum, which is 365 days, 1 year. But then you're also going to want shorter ones, and I would suggest going with 90 days, 30 days, and 7 days. You name it. So you do Facebook page engagers 365. And then you just create the audience, and it is as simple as that. So these are the audiences that every business will need as a minimum. And if you set all of them up, you'll have such vast flexibility to really niche your ads into a wide range of potential customers. But there's some other options that are incredibly powerful depending on your business type and the type of meta ads that you've already been running. So firstly, there are customer lists. Now remember, when I said to create a custom audience for all purchasers within 180 days, well, that's the maximum amount of time that Meta will record your data. But if you've got a customer list that goes back several years, you can upload that into Meta. We'll then attribute this list or individuals on that list to profiles on Facebook and Instagram, and then you can either target these specific people with further ads, or you can ask Meta to find people who are most similar to them, and that is called a lookalike audience. Now, a lookalike audience is a cold audience that will be full of people potentially not familiar with your brand or your business, so consider that when you advertise to those people. Now, this video won't explain exactly how to create a lookalike audience because I've already done that video, so check that out for a full guide. That video will also explain how to upload the customer list, because there are some slight technicalities associated with that. So make sure that you get over there and you check out that video on the channel. If you're running lead generation ads on lead forms, there's one final custom audience that I'd like to take you through. So when you're running these lead generation ads, you're going to get people who have opened the form but not submitted themselves as a lead. You're going to get the people who've actually submitted themselves as a lead, and you can create custom audiences out of these people, and that can be incredibly strong. Now, if you consider our client at the Football Fun Factory, they've been doing lead generation for many years now, And there's going to be a lot of people that their ads have reached and the forms have reached who've opened the forms, but they for some reason just haven't clicked that button. Now, if we create a custom audience that targets these people, then we can get specific ads in front of those people with just a small budget, which says, we know that you've expressed interest, and we can get some information to try and tip them over the edge, to give us a second bite of the apple to try and get those people to submit themselves as a lead. So we'll dive into the laptop and I'll quickly show you how to do that. Okay, so once again, create audience, custom audience. Then we're going to come down to where it says lead form. Select that, we select next. Okay, so again, you're going to have to make sure that it's relevant to the appropriate page. In fact, I will just select a page that is appropriate. Okay, and then you see here under the events that you have several options. So you've got account center who opened the form but didn't submit it. That is what I would suggest you set up. But then you can also submit for people who opened the form and submitted it. So anybody that submitted themselves already as a lead, you can go on and retarget those people. So it might be that they submitted themselves as a lead, but they didn't go on to convert, and you want to bring those people back into your system, back into communication with your business. And it might be that you just want to tip people into the first communication with your business. So you might want to set up 2 different audiences, but that's down to you. So you select the relevant form, you have to get that right. So as you can see for the Football Fun Factory here, we've run loads and loads of different forms. Some of them have just generated a few leads, some of them have developed thousands. So it's going to be really important that we select the right form there, and then we can do the audience retention, whether it's 90 days or we can stretch that. Oh no, the maximum, sorry, with that is 90 days. So in the last 90 days, anybody who submitted themselves as a form or opened the form and not submitted it. And then you name the audience appropriately. So you might just do form openers, not submitted, 90 days. And then you'd go on to create that form. So it's really, really nice and simple, guys. I really hope that helps. I swear to you, if you create all of your custom audiences, this will add so much power and weight to your advertising, because you can really direct Facebook to who to get your ads in front of. And this can exponentially improve your results, and it can allow you to get really specific ads into really specific people that are already warm, already engaging, and already likely to buy. So I hope that helps. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.